Rain poured over the city like a curtain of grief, blurring the glass walls of the tallest building in the business district. Inside, beneath the sterile white lights of the top floor, Evelyn Grace, the youngest female CEO in the company's history, sat alone behind her desk. She had everything most people dreamed of: success, luxury, power. Yet her eyes, sharp and confident in meetings, now reflected nothing but exhaustion. The glow of her computer screen couldn't warm the coldness in her chest. Her phone buzzed. A notification. Another investor pulling out. Another deal at risk. Another reason to stay late. "Cancel my dinner," she said into the intercom. And no calls. She didn't see the point of leaving early. There was no one waiting for her at home. Outside, the storm raged harder. And that was when Evelyn noticed something through the window, a small figure standing at the building's entrance, completely drenched. At first, she thought it was a delivery person. But when the figure stepped closer under the light, she realized it was a little girl, no older than 8. She stood there clutching something in her small fist, trembling from the cold. Evelyn frowned. Who would leave a child outside at this hour? Something, maybe instinct, maybe a whisper from her heart, made her grab her umbrella and rush down to the lobby. When the glass doors slid open, the girl looked up at her with wide, desperate eyes. Her voice shook as she said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you be my mom for just one day?" Evelyn froze. The question pierced through her like lightning. She stood there speechless, raindrops dripping from her umbrella. What did you say?" The girl took a hesitant step forward. "I'm sorry, I know it's a weird thing to ask. But, it's my birthday today. And I just wanted to spend it with a mom." Evelyn's breath caught. The girl's hair was messy, her clothes thin, and she looked like she hadn't eaten properly in days. But what truly made Evelyn's heart stop was what the child was wearing, a silver necklace with a tiny heart-shaped pendant. Evelyn's hand flew to her chest. It was the same necklace design she had given away years ago. Her voice trembled. Where did you get that necklace?" The little girl looked down at it and smiled faintly. "My mom gave it to me before she went away. She said someone very kind gave it to her a long time ago." Evelyn's knees weakened. That necklace, she had given it to her younger sister, Lily, the day she left home after their parents' death. They hadn't spoken since. Evelyn had been too focused on building her empire, too consumed by ambition to look back. And now, standing in front of her, was a little girl wearing the very same pendant. "Sweetheart," Evelyn whispered, kneeling down, "what's your name?" "Amelia," the girl said softly. "Amelia Brooks." Brooks. That was Lily's last name after she got married. Evelyn's heart crumbled. "Where's your mom, Amelia?" she asked, her throat tight. Amelia's eyes glistened. "She got really sick. The doctor said she's with the angels now." The world went silent. Evelyn could only stare, the storm outside suddenly feeling miles away. She gently pulled the girl into her arms. "Oh, Amelia," she whispered, her voice breaking for the first time in years. Evelyn brought Amelia upstairs to her office, wrapping her in a warm blanket and calling for hot chocolate. The girl's face lit up at the first sip, and Evelyn couldn't help but smile. It was such a simple thing, seeing someone comforted by warmth, yet it stirred something deep inside her. Amelia looked around the office curiously. "Do you live here?" she asked. Evelyn laughed softly. "No, sweetie, but sometimes it feels like I do." "You must be really busy," Amelia said, swinging her legs. Mom mused. To say busy people forget to smile. The words hit her harder than she expected. She was right, Evelyn said quietly. Amelia hesitated before asking, "So, can you be my mom for today?" "Just today." Evelyn stared into those hopeful eyes, and for the first time in years, she felt her walls cracking. "Yes," she whispered, "just for today." They spent the night doing things Evelyn hadn't done in decades. She ordered pizza instead of a business dinner. She let Amelia doodle with her expensive pens on blank documents. They played a silly game of hide and seek among the glass walls. For those few hours, the CEO, the woman known for her iron composure, laughed freely. But beneath the laughter, Evelyn's guilt grew heavier. She had been too late. Her sister was gone, and she hadn't even known. The last message Lily had sent her years ago, an invitation to Amelia's christening, still sat unopened in Evelyn's inbox. And now her niece was sitting before her, smiling, wearing the necklace she once gave out of love she thought she'd lost forever. When Amelia eventually fell asleep on the couch, Evelyn covered her with her coat and stood by the window, her heart aching with both regret and a strange sense of purpose. The next morning, Evelyn took Amelia home, or what was left of it. It was a small, worn-down apartment on the east side of the city. Amelia's guardian, Mrs. Harris, a kind elderly neighbor, greeted them with surprise. "Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried when she didn't come back last night." "I'm sorry," Evelyn said softly. "She found me. I didn't know she was Lily's daughter." The older woman's eyes softened. "You must be her sister. Lily talked about you. She said she hoped one day you'd find Amelia." Tears stung Evelyn's eyes. "She said that?" "Yes," Mrs. Harris said kindly. "Even when she was sick, she never blamed you. She just wanted Amelia to meet the woman she admired most, her big sister who built an empire from nothing." Evelyn turned away, covering her mouth to stifle a sob. Over the next few weeks, Evelyn couldn't stop thinking about Amelia. Every empty dinner, every silent drive home, every cold morning at the office, her niece's laughter echoed in her mind. Eventually, she made a decision that shocked her entire company. She stepped down temporarily from her CEO role. "I've been leading people, but I forgot how to love them," she said at the press conference. "It's time I remember what truly matters." She devoted the next months to Amelia. She took her to school, packed her lunches, attended her recitals, and learned to braid her hair. The boardroom meetings were replaced with bedtime stories. And for the first time, Evelyn's mansion, once a symbol of solitude, echoed with laughter. Of course, it wasn't easy. There were challenges, legal complications with guardianship, media attention, and her struggle to balance care with her lingering guilt. There were nights Amelia woke up crying for her mother, and Evelyn could only hold her and whisper, "I'm here now, sweetheart. I promise I won't leave." And she didn't. One evening, after putting Amelia to bed, Evelyn found an old letter tucked inside the necklace's pendant. Her hands trembled as she unfolded it. It was from Lily. "Evelyn, I know you're out there chasing your dreams. I'm proud of you. I always have been. But if you're reading this, it means I couldn't hold on long enough to say goodbye. Please don't blame yourself. Just promise me one thing. If Amelia ever finds you, love her like I would. Be the mom she'll need when I'm gone. Your sister, Lily." The paper blurred through Evelyn's tears. She pressed the note to her heart and whispered, "I will, Lily. I promise." Years passed. Evelyn returned to her company, but she was no longer the same person. She built family-friendly policies, funded education programs for orphans, and made sure no child had to stand in the rain begging for love like Amelia once did. Amelia grew into a bright, confident teenager. One day, while helping Evelyn prepare for a charity event, she looked up and said, "Aunt Evelyn, do you ever miss being just a CEO?" Evelyn smiled. "Sometimes. But then I remember, being your mom, even if not by birth, is the best job I've ever had." Amelia grinned. "Well, you're doing great at it." They laughed, and Evelyn realized how full her heart finally felt. On Amelia's 18th birthday, she handed Evelyn a small box. Inside was a new necklace, 2 intertwined hearts. "I thought it was time you had one too," Amelia said. "One heart for my mom, and one for you." Evelyn clasped it around her neck, tears brimming. "It's beautiful, sweetheart." Amelia hugged her tightly. "Thank you for saying yes that night." Evelyn held her, the storm of her past finally quiet inside her. "No, my love, thank you for finding me." Message: life often gives us second chances in the most unexpected ways. Success and power can fill your days, but only love can fill your heart. Sometimes, the family we're meant to have doesn't come through blood, but through the people who walk into our lives when we least expect them, and remind us what it truly means to be home.